This is a crazy story, actually, as I think. We caught him shoplifting. We called the cops. The cop came in and talked to him, and I got distracted or something and was doing other things. And it turned out the cop ended up listening to the kid's story, and I guess he either knew the kid or knew the background and ended up walking out and buying the kid all of the stuff that he'd stolen, and then later came to us and said, hey dude, he's like, this is a good kid and he's just in the most horrible circumstances at home, and we actually ended up hiring him, and like we like gave him a job, and like he worked here for 2 or 3 months, and you know, just trying to help. And I don't actually know like where the story ended, but you know, again, things that Don has always like instilled in everybody here, you know, like just do the right thing, you know, and so hopefully that was a positive, life-changing experience for the kid.
You know, it's just been a fun family business forever to work at. You know, my dad establishing the brand on the North Shore in 1959, and then, you know, what better way to start a surf shop and do something you're having fun at, you know? You know, back in the early 70s, he working with Jim Jenks, and they just started to start a company called OP. You know, I didn't think anything of it. I thought it would just be a little fledgling company. You know, it really didn't do much. And then, never forget, 12 years later, he sold his portion, and him telling me, I don't have to work another day in my life. And I thought, wow, that's a pretty cool deal. How do I sign up?
In about 1968-ish, he decided to move up to Encinitas, bought the current piece of property that we're still in today, and build a building. Surfboards changed, length, shape, all of those things. We were, at the time, just a surfboard manufacturer. We weren't a retailer. There wasn't really retailing going on then. He even was one of the first companies to actually pay a pro surfer, pay a surfer to be a professional surfer and travel and, you know, surf in contests and do all of that. So yeah, Don was pretty, like, I mean, obviously I'm biased, but he was pretty forward thinking. So as that whole transition happened, you know, the business obviously wasn't very good. And that's when some of the guys who were working on the manufacturing side said, hey, why don't we like start doing some retailing? And that was kind of the start of the transition from Hansens as a manufacturer into Hansens in its current state as basically a retailer. We sell a lot of surfboards, but we're basically a one-stop shop for the outdoor family. During that same time of transitioning into retail, Don and a guy working for him at the time decided to actually start a clothing company, and they founded Ocean Pacific. So the first $500,000 worth of Ocean Pacific was actually shipped out of this location, I don't know, 35 years ago. So we are the epitome of like a family. We just have one location. My brother is a manager, floor manager. My sister's a buyer. I oversee the whole business. Don's pretty passive in the biz now, but he still comes in. He's still got his office, and he's always joking, are you guys going to take my office? And we're like, never, man. That's yours. You know, I think it just keeps him going, keeps his mind in the right place, and so it's cool. We love everybody. Like the morale around Hansens, like when my parents are here, and like they just love having Don and Shirley in the store for sure. So
let me go back for a second. We're a very dog-friendly store, as you know. So anyways, so this lady comes up to the front counter, and she's like, I said, hey, how can I help you? And she puts up her shoe, and she says, I just stepped in a pile of dog crap in your store, And so I was like so horrified because who goes shopping and it has to go into a retail store and worry about stepping on dog shit?